Blessed be all of my Aries people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and the tarot traffic for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or just follow the links down below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got our full moon in Scorpio, lighting up your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as self-employment earnings, and anything relating to debts, bonus income, and shared responsibilities. And over the course of the 2 weeks following this full moon, there's going to be some kind of important chapter change or completion opportunity that may actually help you to clear or release from yourself something that has been a bit of a financial block, a financial drain, or something that has been maybe keeping you tied up in a work or financial situation that has been holding you back in some way. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, which is another income sector, your second house of employment, security, and your salary. And when we have the Sun conjunct Uranus here at the end of this week and even the beginning of next week, there's going to be a lot of high energy and novel shakeups going on that could be transforming a professional project, trajectory, or maybe even create some kind of surprise professional opportunity that you want to entertain or at least explore, because it may be something that helps you speed up advancement where you need it the most. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here's your traffic. So it looks like this week, your first card, you've got the Knight of Cups upright. So one of the things you're going to be noticing a lot this week, especially when it comes to just sort of almost like an everyday occurrence, is that you're going to be getting a lot of really important personal help from people. The Knight of Cups always shows up when people are going out of their way to make sure that they can give us personal help or personal assistance with things that maybe we can't really do for ourselves. People are being a lot more friendly. And again, we've got supportive and helpful interference in our story. However, you're going to want to make sure that you're also being flexible. Don't be too stuck on old plans or orders of operations or how things are supposed to go, because sometimes with the Knight of Cups, again, helpful interferences and saving graces are better than the plans we might be attached to. So get ready to be flexible. There could be some issues coming up this week around something that's not turning over with regards to some kind of financial or professional matter. The Death card reverse is indicating here that there might be something that is holding up the works around either a conversation or maybe a project or maybe some kind of important move or track change. A lot of the times this can come up where either a person or maybe a situation or a system is trying to hold things up, it's holding back an important change or holding back an important transition. And it could be, one or more factors involved in this. Sometimes this can show up where a person is just stuck in the past, or this could be something that's falling behind, or this something that is trying to hold on to a bygone era, or something that is just not really doing its part in whatever this matter is. Once this gets cleared, though, even though you might have to be ready to deal with it, it will be a good week. But the Death card reverse is indicating old business or stuck on the past or stuck in the past business could come up. For help from other people when it comes to, again, just sort of community stuff, you've got the Nine of Wands upright. And the Nine of Wands is indicating that this week there could also be some more help coming your way. This is the card of being set up for success, and this is likely going to come through a friend, a relative, a contact, or an associate, known or new, that is likely going to be helping to give you some kind of buffer, insulation, or some kind of open door that you want to make sure that you're giving time to take and consider. With the Nine of Wands, this could be helping you to overcome an obstacle or something that is maybe, a tough deal that you've been kind of handling shorthanded, or something where you've been trying to make an important shift, but you haven't been able to figure out who to trust or who to work with or how to make it happen. The Nine of Wands is here to set you up for success. Pay attention to who is helping you with that. A lot of you are likely going to also, however, be put in a situation where you're going to have to start to be honest about things that you've been either holding back, watering down, or maybe even sugarcoating too much. Your challenge card this week is the Justice card upright. And so sometimes this card can show up where we have to be ready to say things or come out with things or agree to things that we know are true, that we wish were not true, or we just don't want to come forward with because we don't want to make somebody feel bad, or we don't want to, have a problem that needs to get solved be solved a certain way. Like maybe there was something we wish could happen a better way. Sometimes the Justice card as a challenge can also indicate needing to be a better communicator in a situation where we have been being a bit vague, a bit nebulous, maybe again speaking from a place of accidental obfuscation, right? Trying to make things seem a little bit more open-ended as opposed to, cut and dry. This week, however, you might be put in a position where you have to be ready to just be there and, of course, be clear, transparent, and articulate, even if it's something you wish you didn't have to be the one to come forward and talk about. And it looks like there could also be kind of an issue coming up where it's possible some kind of project or something that you've been working on with a romantic partner, or maybe something that you have been trying to get off the ground as far as maybe a relationship plan, something for the future, could be showing that it was built on a foundation that wasn't really all that good for it. And so this week we might have to kind of take something back to the drawing board. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, there may be something we have to throw in reverse, or there may be something that we have to take backwards in order to work out some of the kinks or see if something should come about the way it's trying to come out or under what conditions at all. The Ace of Pentacles reverse can sometimes do that, but at the same time, it's better we do this now than have something maybe snowball later. And that way we can still have a very chill, peaceful, good week. All right? So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. To be all of my Taurus people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got our full moon in Scorpio, lighting up your 7th house of partnerships, closest one-on-one connections, as well as joint ventures and even business partnerships and alliances. And full moons are all about chapter changes and completions. And this could indicate some kind of important graduation moment or some kind of milestone getting crossed as we go over the next 2 weeks in one of these areas of your life, or maybe several. A full moon here can also indicate an important graduation moment as far as a partnership or status is concerned. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in your sign. And this is indicating some high energy and novel shakeups going on around your own personal status quo. This could be a personal road, a goal, or an accomplishment, something that you have been working on largely solo, or something that is really more about your personal journey. But this could also indicate some kind of boost in your recognition as it relates to the general public, maybe a rise to fame somewhere. Whatever the case is, it's time for you to be ready to anchor and ground that if you'd like to carry it somewhere. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here's your tarot traffic. So this week, one of the things that's going to be coming up a lot, almost like an everyday occurrence for your spiritual theme, is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And this week could involve a lot of things coming up where you need to pay attention to where we might not necessarily be able to rely on a lot of people to kind of take care of things for us that we are normally used to them being able to take care of, whether it's a part of teams, whether it's a part of family matters or groups or whatever. The Queen of Pentacles reverse can sometimes show up where we need to be careful about betting on the wrong horse and maybe even taking back certain responsibilities, certain resources, certain expectations, or even certain, let's just say certain, I think expectations is good enough, that we might have put on other people. This is going to be a time where sometimes people might reveal that they're not really good for what they're doing, or we might be realizing that something that we are trying to do is not being, it shouldn't be set up the way it is. Whatever the case is, you are going to get a chance to make some substitutions, and so that's what the most important thing is. Pay attention to where subbing out is going to be crucial. There's also going to be some really good news coming your way with regards to some kind of work or financial transition that is likely going to be helping you to get out of a space that has been stuck or going in circles. The Six of Swords is all about moving from choppy waters to smoother waters, from darker places to brighter horizons. And so for a lot of you, there could be some kind of special development or something getting put on the table or something coming out of an environmental concern that is helping you in this way. This could likely be something that is giving you not only a lucky break, but also something that is helping you get escorted, moved, or have a bit of a track change that is going to be not only making work a lot easier and smoother, but also leaving something that has been sort of a stale normal behind. There's also going to be some kind of really important update coming your way from a friend or a relative or an associate, known or new, that is going to be helping you get some kind of early payoff with regards to either a financial interest or some kind of project or even something that you're just working on for fun. With the Nine of Pentacles, we do see an early harvest and independent success, but also some kind of win that is helping us to maybe have ourselves or something that is very important to us be set apart from the crowd. And this is something that I feel like a lot of you are going to be able to cash in on in some way, whether it is socially or financially. You are going to, however, need to be ready. This week is also going to put you in a spot where you have to finally let go of something that has already proven to be maybe a bad investment of your time, or something that has already started to decline or fail you in some way. With the Seven of Pentacles reversed, we are getting a chance to be unburdened, cut loose, set free from something. But at the same time, what can sometimes happen, because this is in the challenge position, is that we might have attachments to things just based on history or time spent alone. And we need to get over it, because with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, we are getting a breath of fresh air and also an important release out of this situation. But you have to be ready to let go of whatever has already been weighing you down. And we also have some important healing or reversal work going on in love. The Three of Swords reversed is actually a really good card because it talks about reversing something that has been the source of a lot of trouble or a lot of hurt or a lot of duress, either for you or a partner or maybe even your love life as a whole. Because with the Three of Swords reversed, something that already was a pain point, something that already was causing problems for you or your partner, or again, just your love life in general, is getting undone, or if it's not getting undone, it is getting reversed in some other way. This is likely something that is going to kind of maneuver everybody onto, again, a higher road, but also at the same time reverse the cause, core, and effect of something that has been, again, a chronic stressor. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Gemini people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio. Your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, the teams that you're on, the people you serve with, and this can also be an area that rules things like benefits and shifts and future trajectories of work paths and plans. Now, with a full moon here, this could indicate some kind of important chapter change or completion opportunity over the course of this next 2 weeks. It's a great time for anybody looking to make some kind of work move, transfer, internal shift, or maybe even transform something about your schedule, or you may even find an opportunity to get more out of some kind of benefit or benefit package or some kind of service that you draw upon as it relates to a previous or current employment situation. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus. And this is your 12th house of the past, secrets, hidden opportunities, as well as anything relating to shortcuts or things that might come to you in private, in secret. Now, with this Sun conjunct Uranus, there seems to be some kind of high energy shakeup in a very good way going on around a private project, something that you might not be sharing with the rest of the world except on a need-to-know basis, or maybe something that you're working on behind the scenes. This could be something that is getting a chance to go through an important maturation or possibly come in to some kind of unexpected good fortune of its own. Whatever the case is, make sure that you're ready to nurture it and ground it and give it a space to be able to flourish for you. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, here's your tarot traffic. So it looks like this week, when it comes to sort of your everyday experience, or what you're going to notice is sort of like a big theme that carries day to day, you've got the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, this card is basically indicating that you're going to be noticing kind of a power dynamic shift in terms of where the energy is flowing in terms of what's getting supported and what's not. There are going to be a lot of new beginnings and endings happening at the same time. A lot of the times with the Ace of Wands reversed, we can almost notice like a current switch going on with regards to where the electricity is going over here versus maybe going over here. What is happening with this thing over here versus what's happening over here. A lot of things are going to be kind of powering down and also powering up at the same time. This can be a really good thing, but it can also be very difficult when you're watching it in real time. So make sure you're able to adjust your perspective accordingly and you don't get stuck on what's powering down. You pay attention to what's powering up. When it comes to work and money, you're going to also be in a really good way because it looks like some kind of problem influence, some kind of chronic adversarial influence, or maybe even a bully or some kind of hazard or peril that has existed on the job or around some kind of financial matter is going away. With the Devil card reversed, we have a perfect example of a card that is better reversed than it is upright, which is why you can never judge things by the cover. You know, that's ignorant. The Devil card reversed is indicating here actually something might be disappearing or either coming undone or perhaps even flying the coop. But whatever the case is, it is definitely something that is moving a blockage out of your way. For your social life, well, we've got sort of an interesting revelation going on here. There could be something coming up where it's possible you might realize that you and a friend or even a family member or maybe even a long-term associate do not are not seeing eye to eye, or maybe you might find out about somebody not really having your back the way that you thought they had your back. Because sometimes with this card, the Temperance card reversed, we see a reveal about an incompatibility or maybe even a competitive or aggressive energy showing where we might need to take a step back, maybe put a friend or put a group or a family member on time out. Now, this could be something that has gone on for a long time, or this could be a short-term kind of deal. Whatever the case is, though, just be careful. There is, however, going to be some really good news around some kind of battle coming to a ceasefire. Now, for a lot of you, this can show up in the form of something getting dropped that you have maybe been having to fight for, defend, or fight against. With the Five of Wands reversed, we are seeing some kind of opportunity for a truce or the end of some kind of constant low-key or high-key conflict. This could be actually a time where some of you could be challenged, however, to let go of a fight that you've been keeping up, or a fight you should not be trying to keep up for longer than it needed to be there. Sometimes we might be defending something or fighting for something we shouldn't be fighting for, or sometimes we could just be fighting because that's what we've gotten used to in whatever that situation is. And when it comes to love and romance, some kind of important mystery is getting solved. There could actually be something coming up here where the solution to some kind of riddle or some kind of cloudy issue is getting made plain and clear. With the Moon card reversed, we always see something that has been shrouded or kept secret or maybe blocked from our sight or blocked from access coming into plain view. And this could be something that's of enormous help to you, a partner, or maybe even something that helps you when it comes to new love. But with the Moon card reversed, again, dark clouds are parting. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Cancerian people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, all you need to do is follow the links in the down bar below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, your fifth house of love, romance, as well as leisure activities, personal business enterprises, artistic and creative projects, and even your relationships with your kids. And a full moon here is opening up an important 2-week influence period where you are getting a chance to have some kind of track change occur in one or more of these areas of your life. This could be a time where a status goes through a bit of a change, or this may even be the end of a long cycle that is getting replaced with something newer, fresher, and sweeter. Or this could even indicate some kind of big graduation moment for one or more of these areas of your life as well. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community. And some high energy and novel shakeups could be bringing a bit more adventure into your life, but also there could be some interesting news about a friend or a contact helping you to open a door that you didn't know was there, as far as maybe a path you would like to take. Whatever the case is, there is a friend that is willing to help with some very novel, possibly a bit wild ideas that you might want to listen to. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Cancer, here's your tarot traffic. And so this week, one of the things you're going to be noticing, almost like as an everyday occurrence throughout the course of the week as part of your big spiritual theme, is the Fool card upright. And so this is a week where a lot of new beginnings, fresh starts, and new openings are basically going to be around every corner. It's really important for you to keep an open mind, as you're likely going to find a lot of corners of your life starting to branch into new territory, unknown territory, things that you don't really have a lot of personal or past familiarity with, and yet at the same time are also taking you onto tracks that are maybe a bit superior to what you have called your familiar or within your bubble. This week, just be smart, have an open mind, be discerning, but also don't let yourself huddle up, hovel up, or bubble up too much, because then you'll miss out. For work and for money, you're going to be also experiencing some kind of important upgrade or update shift around something that has been sort of a normal condition. A lot of the times with the Eight of Pentacles upright, we see something going through a very important polishing, but also something that is becoming and creating and giving back more value to you, or of more value to you. Now, this could be an aspect of a position, some kind of new offer or opportunity, or maybe even something that is increasing the yield or the or what you get back for what you are putting into it. This could be a time investment, a money investment, or again, something getting polished on the job or around a business venture that is going to be bringing in, again, bigger bucks. For your social life, there could be something coming up where you may find that a friend or a relative or an associate is actually going through a rather hard time. Something that has already occurred, some kind of past hurt, past disappointment, or past trouble could be kind of creeping up or creating an issue for them. This doesn't feel like a new issue. The Five of Cups upright very seldom brings up new problems, but it could be talking about an old challenge or an old difficulty a person was dealing with. And it's very possible that a lot of you could be going through something this week where this person could be bringing something back up or be needing help with something that keeps coming up for them. There's also going to be something coming up this week where you need to be ready to see where people are playing for keeps. I'm seeing some kind of important match made in heaven kind of vibe coming through here with the lovers. Now, this could be something in your personal life, or this could be something going on with an important deal, an important alliance, an important partnership, a joining of forces, an important contract. However, because this is showing up in a challenge position, you need to also understand that this is going to take a certain amount of time commitment and, of course, patience on your part in order to crystallize and make good on. Sometimes this is a sign that we need to be careful about other people that are also playing for keeps, and so we need to play for keeps, but also make sure that we understand that the promises that we make this week, or the things we set ourselves up for, are going to be more substantial and maybe require more of us as we go through the rest of the month. There's also going to be something coming up where it's possible you and a partner or you and a love interest may realize that we don't necessarily blend or mix well in every aspect of our connection, or there could be some kind of cultural group or social dynamic fuss that does need to be addressed. There is a call here with the Three of Pentacles reversed to see where it's possible that we might be trying to get too involved or share too much space, or we could be in a situation with something new where we have to recognize that we're not going to be able to share every aspect of our lives with this person, which is not necessarily the end of the world, no matter what your relationship status is right now. Every healthy relationship has space that the other partner does not infringe upon. However, it's possible there could be an issue around too much overlap or too much crowding, either from a partner or from a partnership situation, or maybe even from somebody new or new-ish, and boundaries do need to be rediscussed. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Leo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, your fourth house of home, family, living situation, as well as home economy. And this full moon is opening up a 2-week influence period where a lot of you are getting a chance to go through a major completion or chapter change. Now, this could be a really good full moon window, especially for those of you who are maybe house hunting, looking to do a move, or make some kind of transformation on the home front or the environment front. But this can also indicate an important moment of transition that is going to be a really good boost to your home economy and close up maybe a story or two. Whatever the case is, it's going to be pretty active on the home front this next 2 weeks. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, and promotions. And this is indicating some high energy and novel shakeups that could give you a chance to really boost yourself as it relates to your status, your rank, your responsibility, and how you are valued at work. This could, however, also shake up a lot of things as far as the work and career environment or maybe the marketplace or business place is concerned. But novel shakeups can be a good thing, especially when things have become stale or are not moving forward fast enough. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, time for your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, or what you're going to be noticing pretty much on an everyday basis as far as this week is concerned, you've got the Queen of Cups upright. And so this week you're going to be noticing a big focus on repair, replacement, and even a lot of refreshers going on, especially when it comes to maybe things that have been going in your life that maybe you could use with a bit of a switch and a swap out with. The Queen of Cups is usually a representative of activity that comes in to either heal, mend, or again, undo, revert, or reform things that are not working properly, right? Something that, you could be noticing this happening in all kinds of different corners of your world, especially things that have been maybe not functioning or malfunctioning or misfunctioning or misfiring, but also at the same time, things that were not actually set up right from the get-go. So pay attention. The fairy godmother treatment is pretty much consistent across the board. There's also going to be some kind of important development coming up around some kind of work or a financial matter where somebody might be trying to clue you in, guide you by the hand, or even matchmake you with something that is an important winning opportunity. This could likely be something coming through either a helpful third party. The High Priestess upright usually indicates somebody that is coming in to guide, coming in to lead, coming in to teach, however that assistance is going to show up. This could be a boss or this could be somebody else. But whatever the case is, however this person shows up in your life, make sure you make time to follow. Your social life is really lighting up this week. The Three of Cups upright is indicating that there could be something that is getting put on the table around some kind of maybe special gathering or special opportunity or some kind of special turn that you're going to actually be able to make an appearance at, take part in. And there could be something important going on there that you want to make sure that you are available to. This could be a sign that you could be getting help from friends around something you've been handling on your own, or it's possible a transformation in your network or a transformation in a community or group space is also going to be introducing some kind of important new help or some important new wins into your life as well. There's likely going to be a lot of busyness this week. Your challenge with the Five of Wands is making sure that you can actually fit things in. Make time for what you must make time for. Sometimes This card will show up where we are needing to change the way we commit ourselves so that we can be where we want to be and where we say we are going to be. But with the Five of Wands, you may also be in very heavy demand. So this is going to be a week where a lot of competing needs, a lot of competing agendas, a lot of competing itineraries and schedules need to be sorted properly. And it looks like when it comes to your personal life, you've got the King of Swords upright. And so there's going to be some really important developments coming up here where something that has been maybe a problem or a challenge that you or a partner or your relationship as a whole has just kind of learned to live with, right, is getting a chance to come up to be solved, right? We don't have to worry about making something easier if we can actually just solve the issue instead, right? Always focus on solving, not making things easier. And with the King of Swords, this is likely something that could be coming through an ally of the relationship, or maybe something that you and your partner stumble upon or discover yourselves. But it is going to also turn an important key. For those of you who are single or available to new people, it's very likely somebody that is bringing that solution to the table will be showing up in your life as well. And this is likely somebody who's going to show up in a very intellectual, very intelligent, very clean-cut kind of disposition. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Virgo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, in your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as helpful third parties. And with a full moon here, there is an opportunity for a chapter change or a completion or a clearance going on over the course of this next 2 weeks. This could be the end of some kind of binding agreement, contract, or obligation that has maybe been tying you up, or you may be finding out about something being taken care of or worked through because of a helpful third party running some good interference in your life. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and this is in your 9th house of expansion, big moves, travel opportunities, long-distance connections, and anything to do with official matters. And for some of you, this could be the time where a lot of you get a chance to open up your world, get out of your bubble, and explore some kind of adventure that could be of a travel nature, of a spiritual nature, or something that we can set up and align ourselves with for later on in the year. There could also be some very special developments going on with a long-distance connection or communication, whether it's for business or for pleasure, but it is something that's going to need to be grounded. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big theme, your big spiritual theme, or the big focus of this week, what you're going to be noticing kind of going on an everyday basis, you've got the Queen of Swords upright. And so this week is a beautiful week, especially when it comes to things finally going through some overdue cleanups and some overdue purges, especially when it comes to things in your life that may have been kind of open doors to problems, or open doors to difficult people, or open doors to unnecessary complications. The Queen of Swords also shows up as a force that brings order to chaos. And so a lot of things in your life that have been just kind of willy-nilly, or things that have been left to bad chance, or things that have been maybe working against you in some way, are also going to be kind of forced to, well, feel the crack of the whip. With the Queen of Swords, there could also be some important wake-up calls that are going to be good for you, but you might yourself need to take some responsibility where you've been a bit loosey-goosey. There's going to be some kind of important gift, favor, handoff, or maybe even very special deed being done on your behalf or for you this week with the help of the Knight of Cups as well. There is something coming up where it's possible a lot of you could be getting some kind of help from somebody that is either boosting your popularity, boosting your good name, or maybe even gifting you with something that they think is a right match. A lot of the times this card will show up where somebody new or somebody known goes above and beyond the call of duty to do something very, very sweet by us. And this could, again, be something happening on the job or around some kind of financial or practical affair. But whatever is happening here, be prepared to thank them. For your social life, there may be something coming up where you hear about some kind of move or some kind of trip or some kind of travel opportunity that is going to be changing maybe a direction for a future plan. This could be something coming up, news about a friend, news about a relative or an associate, or maybe something that you're involved in. Usually with the Six of Swords, we see something good. This can actually be really good news for those of you who are hoping to do some traveling later this year, or you've been hoping to move later this year, or you were hoping to do some house hunting or find a way to change locations or change surroundings sometime in the near future. This could be kind of opening some doors for that. But we're also seeing with the Six of Swords some kind of lift or help from another person getting you out of a space, whether it's a literal space or a figurative space, and guide you to something very important. But again, with the Six of Swords, we got to be ready to leave something behind in order to attain it. This week, be careful not to trust too much to chance. Again, we've got this Wheel of Fortune reversed as your challenge, which is ultimately saying this is not a week to sit back and surrender and see what the universe does for you. A lot of you Virgo people, myself included, are going to need to be ready to get more active, engaged, involved, and meticulous where we have been maybe a little bit more go with the flow. Sometimes this card can show up as well where it's possible something that we've not been paying attention to is going to get our attention in a way that could feel like a bit of a rude awakening. Whatever the case is, it's only showing up because it's an opportunity to fix it. And it looks like when it comes to love and romance, you've got some really good news because something that was once blocked, put on hold, or frozen, right, put on a hiatus, is back on the menu, or back in form, or back in action. With the Hangman reversed, we see something that maybe had to be put on a pause or was out of action for a while, however you want to look at that, is now ready to go. This could be something that maybe you and a partner were forced to wait on, something that you and your partner had to kind of push off, or maybe there's something going on where you yourself just couldn't really be getting as involved in entertaining or making a shift with your personal life the way you wanted to. A lot of the times the Hangman reversed, whatever had a rain check in the past, or again was put off, is now getting a chance to come forward into being. And some of you may also find that this could bring about a situation where somebody that was either not the right time or maybe not available or not in the right place is now in a better place. So that's what we've got for your tarot traffic, Virgo. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Libra people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, which is your second house of income, employment, and security. And this is indicating an important 2-week period is starting from the 12th through the 26th, where an important chapter change or completion is on the table for you. Now, this could actually be a really good thing for those of you looking to maybe go through a bit of a work shift, or those of you looking to change jobs, you've been job hunting, or you're looking to maybe make some kind of transition as far as a financial arrangement or agreement is concerned. Whatever the case, we are getting a chance to walk into this 2-week period and walk out completely different than before. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, which is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as bonus income, and anything you might share with others in terms of responsibilities or income, such as partners, business partners, or romantic partners. And this is going to be a time of some high energy and novel shakeups. And you might be finding out about some kind of big buzz around bonus opportunities, bonus income, or a bonus financial win. However, it's going to be showing up for you. Personally, I don't really like to talk about things like the lottery and gambling on, general public astrology, but this would definitely be a day I would run out and buy a lottery ticket. So that's what we got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, here's your tarot traffic. And this week, when it comes to your spiritual theme, one of the things you're going to be noticing kind of on an everyday basis, you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So this week is going to be a week of kind of catching and reversing mistakes, catching and reversing flaws, catching and fixing cracks in things that have been kind of going in spite of them, right? A lot of the times with the Eight of Pentacles here reversed, especially as a big theme, it can be a card that sometimes brings up annoyances, but there's actually a lot of really important good that comes from it as well, because you're getting also pushed, and you're also going to be noticing your environment pushing you to finally start fixing things versus trying to just hold certain things together with duct tape. And this can be really good news if you've noticed that's how a lot of issues with other people, whether it's at work or with groups or with family, have also kind of been running for a while. The Eight of Pentacles reverses a spiritual theme is saying now everyone is getting pushed, whether it's by circumstance or just by opportunity, to get down and dirty and start actually doing some solving versus coping or just carrying on. There's going to be some kind of very important new beginning as well, or maybe some kind of new money, new revenue, or some kind of important new commitment coming with regards to your financial and your work life. The Ace of Pentacles is all about some kind of new, I would say, it feels like some kind of new journey, new long-term story that is actually going to continue to give out where we want it to continue to give out. This could be something that's developing out of a present work or financial situation, or maybe even something brand new. But you want to make sure that you entertain it, because like I said, this is likely going to be something that's a gift that keeps on giving. You're also going to want to be on notice. There is some kind of important hookup going on with regards to your social life. With the King of Wands, there is likely going to be some kind of important news or message coming your way, or invitation that somebody who is either has access to, or will have access to, or has gained access to something that you really want, something you would like, or something that they know would be good for you, is putting it out there. Sometimes this can also show up as somebody who is taking something that we have, or offering to take something that we have that could do better, that could be bigger, that could grow faster, that could be more successful, and help promote it to make it so. And so pay attention to your social life, your friends, relatives, and others, because again, some really sweet, good news coming for those who want to collaborate. One of the things that's coming up here as well that you might want to be ready for is paying attention to where there could be something that we are getting a chance to maybe lock in as an important reservation, an important plan, something that's going to be really sweet to us that we can't rush forward. Your challenge this week with the star is to pay attention to where there could be a temptation to hurry something along or to rush something that needs to take its time. You might want cake right now. That doesn't mean it's ready 3 minutes after you put it in the oven. Sometimes the star card upright as a challenge can challenge us to be careful, not to be reckless, not to be impatient, or not to push things forward faster than they should go. And there is something, again, that we're getting set in motion that probably will have an important payoff or have some kind of important win as we go through the rest of May. But we don't want to try to make it happen with a now or never, because that would, well, that would just be foolish. And for your personal life and relationships, looks like there could be an opportunity to get out of some ruts and shake things up in a very good way. The Four of Cups reversed is all about shaking off some kind of familiar pattern, getting out of something that has become a wash, rinse, repeat routine. And this could be something that you're getting a chance to do, or this is something that a partner is bringing out of them, as far as maybe a side of themselves they haven't brought to the table, or a side of themselves you haven't seen for a while, but things are getting shook up in a good way and lighting some good new sparks. This could even be opening some kind of new door or path for the relationship to entertain. And the same thing could be coming from somebody new for those of you who are single or are available. Just keep in mind with the Four of Cups reversed, you are also going to have to be ready to get out of some familiar patterns and routines if you're going to keep up. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Scorpio people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in your sign, which is all about big chapter changes, completions, and transitions. And for you, this is likely going to show up with something that you are doing all by your lonesome, because whenever we have something happening in our sign, it's all about us, our personal journey, our personal goals, our personal ambitions, irrespective of what's going on with other people. And over the course of the next 2 weeks, there could be some very good news coming your way about something getting out of your way when it comes to accomplishing a goal, or maybe something that you have been wanting to do for yourself, but has been maybe blocked or had something standing in the way. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections, romantic, business, platonic, it doesn't matter. And when we have the Sun conjunct Uranus here, some high energy and novel shakeups are likely going to be creating a good stir, especially when it comes to bringing in some kind of new excitement, some kind of new jolt, or maybe even some kind of new ambition or drive to a lot of your most important relationships here, and maybe even getting some things to take off that have been waiting in the wings. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, here's your tarot traffic. So this week, as far as what you're going to be noticing pretty much on an everyday basis in a lot of different corners of your world, right? The big spiritual theme, you've got the Tower upright. And so this week is all about a lot of endings of eras that have kind of been running in various environments. And likely with the Tower card, this is something that is going to be affecting multiple people at the same time. The Tower card is all about big environmental changes that basically say something will never be the same. And likely this could be a week that will have its fair share of demanding and very excited and very adrenaline-fueled energy around it. Sometimes these will be very good surprises that still turn our world upside down. Sometimes these can be environmental shakeups that can be very stressful and very upsetting. But you have to pay attention and remember with the Tower, this is also likely something that is a part of a bigger picture transformation that is likely going to be affecting more than just you. But don't get scared of it. For your financial life and your professional life, there's going to be some kind of important interview, talk, or test that is helping you to take an important shortcut or help you to go through some kind of important elevation this week, especially when it comes to maybe setting yourself up down the road for maybe locking in some kind of important work, business, or financial trajectory because of this talk or this shortcut. With the Page of Swords, we could be exploring an easier way to get to a goal, or maybe something that helps hasten growth or development around something that we would like to see pay off or pay out more. There's also going to be a reconnect going on in your social life. Somebody that you do consider a good friend, a good ally, is going to be kind of coming back out of hermitude. You've got the Hermit reversed. And this card reversed always indicates a reconnect from somebody that may have gone silent or somebody who may have drifted off, and that might be part of their normal way, but with the Hermit reversed, we see somebody that we consider to be a valuable person in our lives coming back and reconnecting. Now, they might just be coming back for funsies and to chill and vibe, or this could be somebody coming back with an important connection, or maybe as a part of an important bigger picture story unfolding. But with the Hermit reversed, a good reconnect is a good reconnect. This week, you are being put on notice to make sure that you are timely with how you communicate and respond to situations and people. Your challenge this week is the Three of Wands in reverse. And so this card is a warning card about missing out where we don't want to miss out. And sometimes we have to make sure that things are going where they're going, messages, communications, emails, texts, things like that. Don't bug people, don't be a pest, but at the same time, make sure that things are getting where they need to go. Just communicate in a polite way as you're doing it. Don't be one of those please confirm period people. Don't do that. That always looks awful when you read it. But with the Three of Wands reversed, this could also be a week where you are going to be shown where you have been running the risk of missing out on something good. And so you want to make sure you take up the challenge of turning around and working with it. And when it comes to relationships and partnerships, you have the Nine of Pentacles upright. And this week there could be some very good news about some kind of early payoff, early win, or early score that you or a partner or maybe the relationship as a whole are being able to achieve or accomplish. This can often show up in the form of new material comfort or some kind of success that we know is going to open another door or make something that we want possible because of it. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, it's likely you could be connecting with somebody that we could consider to be an independent success, somebody who is very hardworking, somebody who knows how to show it, and also somebody who is proud of their accomplishments, but also somebody who takes pride in their work. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selena, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Sagittarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, your 12th house of the past, private matters, secrets, shortcuts, and even hidden opportunities. And a full moon in the 12th house can often indicate a chapter change or completion occurring over the following 2 weeks, where it's likely something from the past that is still exerting an influence over the present. For whatever reason, whether it's something that was old, unfinished business, something that's been following you through history, or something as a part of long-term business is coming up for a close. And this is going to be something that's really cleaning your plate and helping you to, again, well, open some room for new things in your life that maybe you didn't know were getting blocked out by whatever this was. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, which is your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, the teams that you're on, as well as the people you serve and serve with. And high energy and novel shakeups in a work or team matter could indicate some big bucks and maybe an opportunity for you to climb a little bit when it comes to your recognition around the office or your field. However, these novel shakeups could also be creating some disruptions in workflow or in team spaces, so make sure you can keep your head on straight. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic report. All right, Sagittarius, here's your tarot traffic. And so when it comes to your spiritual theme for this week, or what you're going to be kind of noticing going on pretty much on a day-to-day basis, you've got the Five of Wands reversed. And so this is going to be a week where a lot of pacification is kind of the name of the game. The quieting down and the slowing down of things that have been maybe constant conflicts or touchy topics or tense situations, or things where you're noticing a lot of rivalrous, competitive, and maybe overly aggressive energy. This can actually be a really good card to get reversed, especially if you've been noticing these things coming up at work or coming up between family members and friends and just life in general. So with the Five of Wands reversed, heave a sigh of relief. This is going to be a week that slows a lot down, brings a little peace. For your work and finances, you've got the Star upright. And so this week, you're also going to be getting some kind of really important news about something getting kind of locked in for the future as far as some kind of future trajectory, future win, future award or reward, something that's going to be circulating either around the office or maybe around your workspace, maybe something around a financial matter or a personal work or financial goal. With the Star, however, we have to remember that this is something that's likely set for a later date and going to come forward in stages. It's not something that we can necessarily fast forward to happen right now, but we are going to be noticing that we need to be ready to adjust and change a lot of our course, a lot of our strategies, and maybe how we kind of set up our everyday in order to better align with what is on the table. When it comes to your social life, things could be a little bit blasé this week. The Four of Cups is indicating it's very possible that you could be finding yourself getting a little bit bored. A lot of people that we normally maintain contact with, or a lot of spaces or circles or spaces we go maybe to, kind of shake things up or blow off steam, are just not doing it the way that we normally expect. And you're kind of getting asked to shake things up a little bit if you still want to be able to have more of an active social life. The Four of Cups always asks us to see what is outside of our field of vision and get out of what our default modus operandi is. It could be time to be spending time with friends you don't spend a lot of time with. Hang out at family members' houses that you don't normally hang out with. Go and, check out places to go blow off steam in parts of town or in neighborhoods or that you don't normally spend a lot of time in. Shake things up if you want to be able to get some more excitement. Otherwise, it could be a bit ho-hum. There's also going to be some kind of do-over opportunity or undo that's coming up for you this week. And it's likely something that could be personally challenging because it may be something that we wish we could just kind of move forward as it is without any kind of change. A lot of the times with the World card reversed as a challenge, we do see an opportunity to do something over under better conditions for more success, or to undo something we wish we could undo. But when it is challenging us, it might be challenging us to let go of our pride around something that we want to see through to the bitter end, that maybe we shouldn't see through to the bitter end as it is. Understand that the do-over opportunity or the undo are coming in as a grace, and so you don't want to be hard-headed about grace. And when it comes to your personal life and relationships, you have the Nine of Wands, and it is reversed. So this week there could be something opening up that was once kept behind closed doors, very guarded or very secret. Now this could be a very important week for taking down some walls or getting more vulnerable, getting more intimate with a partner, especially around personal stuff that may even go back from before the relationship even began, or maybe even some kind of locked door now being openable to you and a partner around something that has eluded you guys. But whatever the case is, it is a pleasant surprise. But with the Nine of Wands reversed, we want to make sure that we are ready to kind of evolve on our philosophy and be vulnerable and explore where we need to explore. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, it's also likely that there could be a bit of a surprise where possibly somebody that has been a bit of a wallflower, maybe even going under the radar, suddenly becomes more visible and a good catch. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Capricorn people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what is going on when it comes to your astrology and the weather this week? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, which is your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community. And over the course of the 2 weeks following the 12th, there could be some important chapter changes or completions going on as it relates to an element of your social circle or social contacts. Sometimes a full moon in this part of the chart can bring up a need for some social pruning, and a tentative, difficult, or maybe even toxic or unhealthy friendship or association may need to be released. But this can also indicate some kind of important win or graduation period as well for a good friendship or a good association, or maybe it's all happening at once. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, your 5th house of love, romance, as well as creative pursuits, artistic endeavors, personal business enterprises, and your relationships with your kids. And high energy and novel shakeups could indicate some interesting excitement really starting to charge and activate these areas of your life to maybe take on a more fun, a more wild, and maybe a more adventurous kind of feel. This could also indicate a very pleasant surprise coming your way, especially when it comes to a personal life ambition or a personal life or romantic life related wish, and even an opportunity for something to have a bit of a boost as far as your income is concerned. And kind of like the Libras, I'm inclined to say I don't normally talk about things like gambling or lottery tickets. Be responsible, but this would be a day, if I were you, to go ahead and get a ticket. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like this week, when it comes to your big spiritual theme or what you're going to be noticing on kind of an everyday basis, you've got the Nine of Pentacles upright. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about early payoffs, independent wins, and also getting set apart for success. And so this week, you want to be okay with that. You might be finding that you are getting a chance to get out of certain lanes or maybe get out of certain spaces or certain setups in order to rise up, right? This is kind of like getting a chance to go into the Smart Kids class. This is a chance to start working with maybe some more of the bigger earners, or maybe even, again, enjoy some early payoffs to some hard work that you've been putting in around important projects or priorities. With the Nine of Pentacles, though, this can be a week that does become very busy because that stuff will probably take over a lot of your time, but it will be worth it. There is going to be a point, however, around some kind of work or business matter that you are going to need to be ready to clear up. Some kind of miscommunication, some kind of misunderstanding, or misinterpretation runs the risk of setting something in motion down a road it should not be on. Now, sometimes this card can show up where there is a bit of a difficulty that, maybe it's something that we've already put out there, or maybe it's something that's on paper or something in a message that is getting read the wrong way, or maybe we read it the wrong way. Whatever the case is, whatever gets lost in translation needs to be figured out, okay? Whatever this issue is, because it can be figured out. It's just we don't want things to progress any further until it does. Be careful this week when it comes to friends, relatives, and other people in your life. There could be something going on where maybe something that you've taken on good faith, or something that you might be a bit too naive or too trusting with, could be taken advantage of. There is something going on where you may catch a friend or a relative or somebody that you know up to some shady, no good business. The Justice card reverse is indicating that they are clearly in the wrong, but they might be trying to recruit help to make the situation work for them. And it doesn't matter what their reasons are irrelevant. There is likely something happening here where you could be realizing you've been getting the wrong side of a story, or somebody is attempting to recruit you to kind of be an accessory in bad behavior. Whatever the case is, stay clear. You don't have to necessarily do anything about it if you don't want to. If you feel called, okay, but it's definitely not something you want to back up, okay? This is not the time for any of that. You don't really have any big challenges this week. With the 9 of Cups, you're actually going to be kind of sitting on cloud 9. I wonder if that's where that comes from. Because with the 9 of Cups, this is a week where a lot of personal wishes, a lot of personal aspirations are starting to get a chance to come true, especially things that you've been putting out there to the world to find, or to come closer to you, or to connect with on a personal level. With the 9 of Cups being a challenge, sometimes the only thing that we are challenged to do is to make sure that we do not sabotage our own good fortune by maybe, again, giving in, letting in, or holding space for what we could consider to be a liability, whether that liability is just irresponsible people, irresponsible behavior, any of that kind of stuff. Because the 9 of Cups is indicating, again, you're supposed to be getting set apart, right, for success. So mind what space you're holding, company you keep, and energy you exchange with others. We all have that one ratchet friend that we wish, could do better, and we all feel bad for them. But for your personal life with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ace of Swords upright. And the Ace of Swords is the road opener card and the green light card. And so a lot of you are also going to be getting some kind of really good news around something that has been up in the air, maybe something you and a partner have been waiting on pins and needles for, or something that a partner has been really searching for but couldn't find, finally being made so, or set in go motion. This can also be really good news for any of you who have been maybe having something wait because it's been waiting on permission, authorization, time, resources, or space. And it is going to be something that does bring a lot of fresh electric energy into the relationship zone. For those of you who are single or available to new people, there could also be some new relationship opportunities for you, but likely something that does require you to be ready to look outside of your immediate bubble, circle, or zone. But with the green light and the road opener energy of the Ace of Swords, the path will be open. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Aquarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for the week? Well, on the 12th, you've got a full moon in Scorpio, activating your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, and raises. And a full moon here can indicate some important completions and chapter changes that could likely be lining you up for some kind of raise, promotion, or rise in status, however official or unofficial it may be, as we go through the rest of May. Now, this could indicate a shift in how you are connecting with certain authority figures, some recognition for a time for you to be lifted up, or maybe even a boost to your business profile if you work for yourself. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus, your fourth house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And this is indicating some high energy and novel shakeups coming up for you, especially around home and home economy concerns. Now, this could be a really cool boost, especially when it comes to the earning power and creature comforts of the home, maybe all contributions going through a bit of a jolt, or it's very possible some of you could be getting a chance to maybe accomplish or bring forth into being some kind of dream that you have wanted to accomplish either for your family or even something from your childhood, and start getting that grounded and set for real accomplishment later on this year. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aquarius, here's your tarot traffic. And this week, when it comes to your big spiritual theme or the big focus, or where you're going to be kind of noticing going on pretty much a day-to-day basis, you've got the Page of Wands reversed. And so this card in any other position can often show up as a disappointment. But here, it can actually be very opportune, because the Page of Wands reversed is the card of bailouts. Now, it's not so great when other people are bailing out of responsibilities they have to us. But this week, on pretty much an everyday basis, you are going to be noticing opportunities to bail out of situations that maybe you have been saddled up with that you don't want to have any business in anymore. Things that you might want to flake out on, things that you might want to cancel or withdraw or discontinue or take your leave of. And so when you see the opportunity for the exits, take them. There's going to also be some very good news coming your way on the work and money front. The King of Swords is indicating some kind of important helper, an expert or ally stepping forward that might actually be helping to clear a path for you or help eliminate some kind of complication that has pretty much become part of the scenery. Whether this has to do with a financial matter or a work matter or some other kind of practical concern. What I do like, however, with the King of Swords is that there's also going to be something here that gives you a chance to benefit from the power and the authority that somebody else commands, whether this is a boss or just a very influential person or somebody choosing to partner up and connect with you, putting their power, again, at your disposal. Your social life is going to become pretty busy this week. We've got the Two of Pentacles upright. And with the Two of Pentacles, a lot of you are going to be finding that there could be something going on where you may be kind of caught between conflicting social interests or social priorities, things that you may have set up on your calendar, double booking, or maybe even finding yourself in a spot where you're kind of caught between who or what you want to be spending your time with or investing more time with. With the Two of Pentacles upright, you can juggle this, but you want to make sure that you are not trying to overdo whatever it is on the table here, because it's possible to drop both balls you're juggling, and so you want to make sure you're handling this with some finesse. This week is going to be a week that is not only very busy for you, but you're also going to be noticing a lot of important launches. And with the Three of Wands upright as your challenge, you need to be ready to let things progress more quickly or speed up or get lifted up by other people. And that can sometimes be a bit of a learning curve, especially if you are used to going at a slower pace of life or you are used to trying to see what is going on in your environment and act accordingly. With the Three of Wands, there could be some kind of win or something developing or finally maturing that you have been waiting for or even forgot about that you want to make sure that you can give some time and love to. And when it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Swords upright. And so this week, you might be noticing partners going into a bit of a superhero kind of mode and probably becoming a lot more assertive, a lot more intense, and a lot more driven around things that they have been a bit hands off with, especially when it comes to problems or challenges you guys have been facing as a pair. Now, with the Knight of Swords, this is actually a really good thing because they're not only becoming a lot more aggressive about clearing or eliminating some obstacles or some issues, but they're also taking a no-nonsense, no-tolerance for what was creating or causing or maintaining those problems or obstacles as well. And so a big cleanup crew kind of vibe around the love life. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, well, with the Knight of Swords, you might be noticing somebody with this temperament showing up in your life as well. And we do see somebody who can be a bit outspoken, but also somebody who has a good heart, a sharp mind, and somebody who is capable of helping you to maybe unmake or get through some kind of obstacle that you've been dealing with that has nothing to do with your love life. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Pisces people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and traffic reports for the week starting May 12th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your weather for the week as it relates to the astrology? Well, on the 12th, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, your 9th house of travel, big moves, long distance connections, official matters, and even your spirituality. And when we have a full moon in the 9th house, this is indicating some chapter changes and important completions getting underway, where it could be over the course of this next 2 weeks, some kind of official exchange or conversation, whether it has to do with something to do with big paperwork, contracts, and agreements, or maybe even something planning for big moves or big travel opportunities later on in the year, is finally getting a chance to, well, get moving. This could also be a time, however, where you could be getting a chance to clear something that has been maybe exerting a hold over you or keeping you in some kind of bubble or stasis somewhere in your life as well, allowing yourself and maybe some things that are very important to you to finally move forward or get a move on themselves. On the 17th, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in Taurus. And this is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, and collaborations. And high energy and novel shakeups come from this kind of connection. And it's very possible a helpful friend, ally, or third party could be getting involved with something in your life, either directly or indirectly, that is securing some kind of important win for you, or maybe even a win for both of you as we go through the rest of the month. However, this could also indicate a beautiful opportunity for you to renegotiate the terms of agreement as it relates to some kind of pact, promise, contract, or covenant that maybe has worn out its welcome in your life somewhere. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic report. All right, Pisces, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big theme or the big focus, what you're going to be noticing kind of on a day-to-day basis coming up in all kinds of different corners of your world, this week is going to be all about identifying, getting away from, and staying away from sticky situations that could arise, or maybe once upon a time arised out of believing false impressions. The Page of Cups reversed is giving you an opportunity to escape sticky situations that maybe you haven't seen a way out of, but it's also a warning card about being careful not to accept sticky situations that might be coming under false, goodness. Remember, with sometimes certain things are only skin deep. They're only personas, they're only masks, they're only advertising, they're only convincing appeals. And this week you're going to have to be extra discerning, take off the rose-colored glasses, and see things for how they are. For Your material circumstances, however, things are looking very, very sweet this week with the Knight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of you are going to be getting a chance to get some kind of lane shift or get some kind of win through a collaboration, an association, a friendship, or something that you are getting, gifted with. A lot of the times with the Knight of Pentacles, we see something that is helping to raise us up a little bit by taking us on a different kind of journey. This could be something that is a new commitment financially or professionally, or this could be something that is transforming an existing commitment or an existing understanding into something better or making it work better. With your community, you've got an opportunity to share in some, some success. The Ten of Cups is all about a happily ever after ending or conclusion to a long journey. And there is this sense of contentment, attainment, and again, accomplishment in this card. And it's likely that this could be coming through the deeds of a friend or an ally, or maybe a relative, or this could even be something that you are sharing in that is actually going to be of great benefit to all parties involved. But whatever the case is, there is going to be something to celebrate. And when it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Swords upright. And the Five of Swords is indicating this week you might need to be careful. There could be a confrontation or a conflict, or maybe even a reveal, again, about somebody not being what they want you to believe that they are. A lot of the times with the Five of Swords, we can see conflict, confrontation, spitefulness, and maybe even not only inconsiderate behavior, but even just outwardly aggressive or hostile behavior. This could be a situation this week where you end up having to go no contact with somebody, or block somebody, or decide that you're going to take your leave of a situation that is only bringing or inviting more hostility and more arduous, energy into your life. And I don't blame anyone who decides to do that. And for your relationships with partnerships, you've got the Tower upright. Now, the Tower is indicating this week is likely going to come with some kind of development that changes a road or a trajectory that a relationship has been on. This can sometimes show up as a big transition point, whether it's a big an ending going on, whether it's for your partner or for you, or maybe something you've both got going on. Or this could even be something as big as like a move, a work or financial shift, or something that is happening on an environmental level. Sometimes it is more environmental with the Tower, but it's important to understand that this is likely something that is a bigger shift that is a part of a bigger story. And sometimes with the Tower, while this can be a tumultuous and very stressful kind of period, this is likely something that is also pushing and launching a lot of other stories into faster motion as well. For those of you who are single or available to new people, this could be something going on with new people, or something that's kind of going on as a parallel experience with new and new-ish people. But with the Tower card upright, again, we see the ending of one era and the beginning of another, but it's the middle that could be, again, quite stressful, so just be ready. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Celine, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.